Hello, good afternoon. It is Monday and it is a new weekly reading vlog. I feel very, I don't know, I feel like I look, not bad. I feel like I look good. In a way, I don't know. But, is it the cleavage? Is it the pink bra showing? Is it the fact that I'm completely delusional because I am exhausted? Could be any of those things. There's Psyduck. If you saw my last vlog, you only saw him a couple hours ago, or 4 hours ago. I've been to work. It's not been that busy, but my mental load has been very heavy. So I feel tired. I'm also very hungry. So I'm very I have there's a dog barking outside. He was just going to investigate. You get told, Hamish, barking on your street. Yeah, you get told. I got myself a meal deal. So, unfortunately, I have to deal with a sandwich today. Not my sub. So, disappointment runs rampant. Yeah. So I'm going to go grab my sandwich. I've got this today because it's one of those days. I got myself also some cocoa butter for my tattoos. But I need to go get my sandwich. Sandwich. Drink my Red Bull. I've got to edit my vlog to go up tomorrow. I forgot about sprints tonight. Not that I forgot sprints were on, just that I forgot they were on Monday, and I kind of forgot that this was Monday. I'm very aware that I'm on a 3-day week this week for work, so the concept that today is Monday is just not quite, So, yeah, I'm all over the place, basically. So I need to edit my vlog, do the thumbnail, have my sandwich. That's the most important thing. Once I have my food and have my Red Bull, things will be much clearer. Things will be much better. This is a mess. I'm going to go and eat food and hopefully come back. It's better. Hello, it is Tuesday. I am absolutely gulped today. It's only Tuesday and I'm absolutely... I don't know why I say things like that because it's I think that Sunday resets everything and my chronic illness just resets, and it does not. I still have the consequences of last week. But yeah, today at work was an absolute shitstorm because I had to fold so many drawings. I literally took my entire day at work to fold these drawings, plus an extra 40 minutes to do everything. It was awful. My legs hurt so much, my feet, my ankles, my knees, my hips, my back, my muscles, my arms, everything hurts. I feel sick, I feel dizzy. It was really bad. And yeah, I don't feel good. I've had painkillers, but I still don't feel good. I was on Lisa's sprint last night. It was really chaotic. It got right at the start, everything just kind of went a little bit pear-shaped. I will insert a clip now.
Jasmine is reading Fate Inked in Blood. Woo! Right, see you on in 60 minutes. Be productive, bitches.
Bye!
Love you all. Bye.
No! Please seat!
This is not conducive to productivity.
Fix this.
I think maybe the cat's fine, Lisa.
Yeah, the cat. He said he shoots me up once.
Not the surprise thunder. Like, what the fuck?
You're right,
Oh,
Lisa.
dear.
I love the fact that Lisa's still on the floor. No one else can change this, bro.
Lisa, you're in control, man.
What, what's wrong?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. What's wrong?
You're literally on the floor.
Oh, it's thundering.
As you can see, things got a little bit unexpected right off the bat. It was so funny. It was so funny. But I did manage to get like quite a lot read. I'm now almost 500 pages into The Gates of Guinea. I've only got like a quarter of the book left according to the Kindle app. I did look upstairs. I've got the book upstairs, and I'm like I'm almost 500 pages in. I checked to see where I am in the book, and it's just over 600 pages. So I've got quite a lot. No, I've not got that much. I've gotten quite a lot of pages into the book, and I've not got that much left. So hopefully I should finish that tonight. Becca's Run Sprints. So I'll be watching those, and hopefully finish The Gates of Guinea. I will also be hopefully reading All of the Above by Juno Dawson, and I also have Iron Widow by Xinan J. Zhao. I always never know what's going to come out of my mouth with that last one because I have like a thing in my head and then what comes out of my mouth is never the same thing. It's really annoying. I literally cannot stop yawning. This is so annoying. But yeah, we cleared out the car, so now I've got room in the car to get people in on Thursday. Tomorrow I just need to finish work and get myself ready to go down to Edinburgh on Thursday. Here, get in the kitchen making dinner. I am so tired right now. I just wanted to pop in and update you because I've not updated you since yesterday. Oh my god, I'm going to have to cut out so many yawns. And they keep catching me unaware, so it's going to be like cutting off sentences. Yeah, I'm going to go. I've got 2 more videos to watch, maybe 3 more videos to watch on YouTube. And then, well, my dinner will probably be ready. And then Kay's got to go pick up her mum. And I am going to go read. Sprint start in like an hour and a half. Or maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure if it's 7 or half 7. Doesn't really matter to you. This is last week. And hopefully I'll get some good reading done. Hello. It is later on Tuesday evening. I have finished The Gates of Guinea, finally. When I went to log it on my story graph, the day I started it was in fact the 26th of July? Nope. The 26th of January. I'm just going to take my glasses off because I need to lean down here. Can I bring you down here without you falling? Probably not. I need to take my medicine. I'll put this here. So yeah, I started it on the 26th of January this year, and it is now the 12th of March, and I've just finished it. But the fact that I managed to read it over those 2 months, and I can remember what happened at the start of that book. I'm gonna wait a minute. Mildly better. Okay. The fact that I can remember what happened at the start of this book is phenomenal. I think that is kudos to Alice Arden. I'm giving that full kudos to Alice Arden for writing such memorable books and characters. Fully kudos to Alice Arden. I had to give it 5 stars. It was so action-packed. So had me on the edge of my seat the entire time I was reading this book. Like, I actually had to... The part of the reason I stopped reading it was that such an epic thing was about to happen. Like, such a big thing, like a big thing was about to happen that I was like, I am not emotionally or physically, mentally prepared for this. So I stopped reading it. And I was like, I need to wait until I'm like in the headspace to be able to sit and read this. And then like, obviously I have now read this, and yeah, I'm so glad I did, because I wouldn't have appreciated it in the same way. But now I'm kind of in limbo because I have nobody to talk to about this. I'm finally up to date with the series. Alice was supposed to release the 5th book, which was the Immortal Saint Germain, in 2023, and has yet to release it. She had made a comment on something 14 weeks ago, saying book 5's coming, I promise, later this year, like 2024. So, but there's been no updates. I'm signed up to her newsletter, I've been on her website, on her socials. She's still saying that it's coming, but she's not got any dates on it yet. But I can't, like, after the ending of that book, of book 4, I can see why book 5 is taking so long. Like, that is so much to unpack. But I also have nobody to talk about my thoughts with, because like nobody else I know has read it. And I promise you, Jem, I will stop bringing it up after my wrap up. So you've got this video and you've got my wrap up to put up with me talking about it, and this is it, right? Because Jem is the one that got me into the series, and Jem bought 3 of the 4 books for me. And Jem has not read the series, or she's not read past the Romeo Catchers, because there's no audio for the other 2 books, which is unfortunate, because Jem really enjoys the audios. And so I don't have anybody to talk to about this book in particular. But like, my mind is just like, wow, like I am totally mind blown. And like, I don't know if it's me or if it's Alice, because I don't know if it's like I'm over the broody vampire thing or what, but like, I'm so not here for it. Like, I'm so not here for the whole broody vampire love interest right now in this book. Like, we've got this love triangle going on in a way, or love, like, not triangle, because like, you know what I mean. And the thing is, I normally eat up a fated mate situation, and it appears almost like a fated mate situation. Like, they're talking about like twin flames and stuff like that, and like a magical connection. And I normally eat that. I'm normally like, yep, fated mates, love it, sold. But I'm more sold on the other guy than the fated mate guy. And I'm actually more sold on Adele just ended up with nobody at this point than her ending up with either of them, because they're both idiots. I mean, like, Nico, the vampire guy, at this point, I just want him gone. Like, there have been several, like, near-death, like near-death situations for him, and I've just been like, can we just be done with it? Can we just have the emotional he's dead scene and just be done with it? Because I'm sick of him. I'm so sick of him. I hate him so much. Like, now I understand why people really didn't like Edward. Like, I get it now in Twilight. Like, I get it now. Like, my guy, you are centuries old. Stop acting like a teenager. But I will say it again. I said it in last week's vlog about something else. Build a bridge and get over yourself. Like, he's so like, you betrayed my family. You betrayed my trust. And I'm like, no, she didn't. You're an idiot. Pay attention. Like, what? And then, you know, just like, switches. It's like, oh, you didn't lie to me. And she's like, well, like, yeah, obviously. And he's like, I love you. And it's like, your moods are giving me whiplash. Like, I know he's Italian and they're meant to be like really over the top and everything, but my god. Like, I actually trust his brother, or I actually prefer his brother, who's the one that's just like straight up like evil. Like, you know, like Damon, and this is why I like Damon in Vampire Diaries. He's just straight up evil. Like, he does not like, he's not even straight up, but like at the start, he's just straight up like he's just straight up like evil. And I prefer that to the like, I'm gonna hurt you, oh, but I love you, but I'm like, no, just be honest, just stop being stupid. And in my eyes, Nico is just stupid. He just annoys me. Like, you're centuries old, and you don't have two brain cells to rub together. Like, you're meant to be the smart one in the family. And your dumb brother, like the pretty one with no brains, is smarter than you. And Gabe, not Emilio, but Gabe, like, Emilio's the evil one. Gabe is the pretty but smart one, pretty but dumb one, and he's smarter than you, and you're meant to be the smart one. Anyway, and then like Isaac's just been like really like over the top, and like he also needs to get over himself, but because like he's like, but I love Adele so much and I'm so depressed because she's not with me, and I'm like, my dude, have some self-respect. And every time he sees her like even smile at Nico, he just falls apart, and it's just like please have my most dramatic eye roll. But at the same time, he is in fact a teenager. He is a teenage boy, and so his reactions make more sense than the actual centuries-old vampire who was in fact an adult when he became a vampire. He doesn't even have like the benefit of the doubt of being a teenager when he became a vampire. Like, he's a fully fledged adult, and he is making decisions like a child, and I just don't like him. So Alice, if you're watching, you're not watching, please make the Medici just go away. Just what I want in the end, lift the curse, make the Medici go away, and let the Coven, like, even we can even have a redemption arc for Annabelle. Just get rid of Nico. You know? Yeah, but the end of that book was really dramatic, and I have a theory of where I think it's going to go. But I have nobody to talk about my theory with. But yeah, I have a theory because they have two different abilities. They have their elemental magic and their spectral magic. And something happened at the end, and I think it's linked to the spectral magic that one of the characters has. And it's the kind of ending where it seems like a really dramatic, like, oh my god, life or death ending. But because of their spectral magic, I think it's going to be like a haha in a reverse on you, like got you sort of thing. I don't know. I will only know when we have the 5th book. No pressure, you know. It's fine. I'm fine. There's so much to wrap up in this 5th book. Like, the 4th book was released in 2020. This 5th book has been taking so long. But I'm no stranger to waiting for books. Like, so many of the authors that I love have taken ages. Oops, I'm throwing my pills about. Taken ages to write their books. So, like, Alice, take your time, do it justice, get rid of the Medici. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Yeah, so really enjoyed that. I am not okay. I don't think I can read anything else right now. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm considering going in the shower because my hair was fine. I was fine. And then I sweated so much at work today because I had to fold so many drawings. Like, at least 90. And I'm not even kidding. Like, it doesn't even sound like that much when I'm saying it, but it took my entire day at work plus extra time. Like, I was there for nearly an hour longer than I should have been folding drawings because it needed to be done. And then the printer was still printing drawings, and I was like, I'm not. Well, I wasn't still printing drawings. I was like, there's drawings missing, and they were like, no, there's not. And I was like, there's drawings missing. And they were like, no, they're definitely all there. And I was like, give me the list. Like, I will go through these drawings with you, and I'm telling you, there's drawings missing. I did not, like, fold all these drawings to have there be drawings missing. And there was drawings missing, because I told you there was drawings missing. So they printed off the missing drawings, and I was like, I physically cannot fold another drawing. Like, I was near, if I had any fluids left in me from all the sweating from folding the drawings, I would have cried. And the architects took one look at me and were like, yeah, you just go home. Because I finished at 2. This was 2:30, and I was like, I can't. I physically cannot do it anymore. My hand stopped working so much that I couldn't hold my pen. And that was only after the first third, at least, like, third, was it even, like, first, I thought it was the first third. It was not the first third, but it was, like, a few drawn, like, maybe the first. Anyway, yeah, my hand stopped working. So I had to put my gloves on, my compression gloves on. My back is killing me, my hips are killing me, my knees are killing me, because I had to stand to fold the drawings, because they're all, like, A1 and A0 size, so I had to stand to fold them, because you have to fold them down to A4 size. Oh, honestly, it was so much pain. So much pain. I felt sick, I felt dizzy, because I had to, like, lean over them, so my neck instability was really getting me. And yeah, it was just by the end of it, I was just like, I was struggling so much. I was just, yeah, when the guys came through and gave me a row for not asking for help. And then Henry finish off the last of it, and Henry go through the drawings, make sure they were all there. And spent the last, like, 40 minutes helping me. And then he was the one that did the last drawings that came out, like, when I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. So, yeah. But yeah. That was the update you didn't need. But I think next I might start All of the Above by Juno Dawson, because I feel like that's not going to be quite as heavy as The Gates of Guinea. Maybe emotionally, it might be, I don't know. But it's a young adult contemporary, so it's not going to be as fantasy heavy. Because the Casket Girls series is, which The Gates of Guinea is book 4, the Casket Girls series is a paranormal fantasy series. So, and it's like young adult paranormal fantasy series, and I'm still like, my brain is fried. So this is what I mean when I say I'm not a fantasy reader. Like, that has fried my brain. But they did go, this particular one does get more fantasy. Like, it gets progressively more fantastical as you go through the series. And this one, they leave our world and go into Guinea, into the afterworld, like the afterworld, the sort of the afterlife, I suppose, like where the spirits of witches go when they die. Only witches, no mundanes can go. It's just witches. And so, as you can imagine, it's a very strange place. It's not quite like our world. It is like, they're still in New Orleans, so it's like, to them it looks like New Orleans, but it's kind of like topsy-turvy. So there's like unusual things, and things aren't quite all as they seem, and there's a mishmash of New Orleans from its conception to like current day, because it's the place where all witches who have died in New Orleans have gone from the time New Orleans existed. So there's things from like the time of the like the natives, when the natives were there, when it was just the natives, and then through like Victorian era and like the 20s and like modern day. So there's a whole mix of loads of different things going on. So it just like my brain's just like on top of the day I've had. So yeah, but I'm gonna get my hair cut tomorrow. I've been considering cancelling my appointment because I kind of like how my hair's sitting and I don't really want to faff about with it, but I'll be fine. It's just a trim. But you know how your hair always sits weird when the hairdresser does it? But anyway, I'm gonna go because this is again a really long clip, and I'm really sorry to everybody who watches my vlogs because these have just become really long, rambly videos of me just talking shite. But if you've not figured out that by this point, it's kind of your own fault. Am I giddy? Should I just go to bed? Probably. There's 30 seconds left in Becca's sprint, so I will. This is the last sprint, so I'm gonna go to bed. I'll finish the sprints, go to bed, and then, well, sleep, because bed. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Hello, it is Wednesday. I actually put together right now because I've been to the hairdresser. I have had a trim and my hair has been straightened, so I actually look not too bad. A slight snag on my day. I DNF'd this. I DNF'd this at 20 pages in. I want to say it's not the book, it's me. Do you know Dawson is slightly older than me? And had a similar enough experience in high school as me. And when I say she reached back and just wrote teenagers as they were when she was at high school, these characters are absolutely the teenagers that I experienced when I was at high school, and I do not want to experience that. I don't want to read that. I don't want to read those characters. I don't want that. I am not in that place. I do not want to read that. I don't want that. I do not want to read those characters. There are things that are said within the first 20 pages where I was just like, excuse me? Did you seriously just say that? Within the first 20 pages, we get a little bit racist. We get a little bit ableist. There's probably more in there that I just... There's a lot of ist words that I just can't think of the right words. There's some slut shaming. There's... think of like 80s, 90s teen movies. That attitude, that's what's in here. That is what they are like. That's what the characters are like. And it is accurate. It is very, very accurate. These are real attitudes and the way teenagers are. Like, they're talking about the plastics in this. And like one of the characters is like, or would you rather go and sit with them? And the main character's like, sorry, I don't have time for hair and hand jobs. Like, I beg your finest pardon. Like, I get it. I was that bitch. Like, I absolutely was the academically gifted, bitchy teenager at my school that was smart and didn't care about particularly how I looked in the right way. Like, yes, I did my makeup and stuff, but it wasn't like in the right way. Like, I was the alternate, got asked if I was a goth all the time because I wore black and I wore eyeliner and stuff like that. Like, I was the alternative smart girl, and I looked down on the, like, you know, plastic bitches. I did. I was that bitch. This is a little too close to home. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So it is very much me. It is not the book. If you want a very authentic teenage cast from the 90s, early 2000s, this is for you. If you do not want that, don't read this. Don't read this. Like I say, there's a lot of est style words, even within the first 20 pages. From the main cast. From the main cast, as well as the people around her. Like, there's a comment made about curry, and the main character is like, should I tell them that I'm half Indian? So that they don't say something that's actually racist? So they're only just like a little bit racist. That's fine. And I'm like, excuse me? But yeah, no, like, that's literally what, like, we were, yeah, no, I get it. Like, it's, yeah, I get it. Like, I remember what it was like to be that age, and back then, when things were different, like, when I say things, like, when we talk about things and say, like, they were a product of their time, like, when we're reading things, like, yeah, like, this is one of those things where it's not a product of its time because it was written in 2015, or it was published in 2015, but it is a product of the experience of the time that Juno Dawson and even I went to high school. So, like, it's a product of high school in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. No, thank you. No, thank you, ma'am. No, thank you, ma'am. It's very much a me thing. I did not see that coming. Did not see that coming. That brought up so much unresolved trauma, apparently, from when I was at high school, that I did not know was there. So we're going to put that down. I may call that soft DNF from now. For now. We may pick that up after some more therapy. But for now, it's a DNF. For now, it is a DNF. It's unfortunate because it is a pansexual book. It is praised. It is very highly praised. But I am not mentally. I cannot mentally go into that. I can't. I cannot mentally read that. Because it is too close to home. It's too accurate to the experience I had as a teenager. You know what I mean? If you went to high school in the early 2000s, or previous to that, you'll understand what I mean. And it's... no. Okay. I'm going to stop having a meltdown. And so I've brought Flawless down because, now I need some help. Now I need something to make me cheer up. So I might read Flawless. I also have Iron Widow. I might actually just read Flawless, because I'm going to need something to like bleach my brain. And this series makes me really happy, and I've not stopped thinking about it since I read it. And currently Siobhan is reading this because it is my month on their, like, my friends choose my TBR, and they're currently reading Flawless, so I might read that to bleach my brain a little bit and give me some actual, like, escapism. Like, I read books to escape the world, not to relive things that caused me to have to go to therapy. It's definitely me, not the book. Like, now I've had a little bit of distance, like, I've had, like, half an hour away from the book. I can see it's me, not the book. It's definitely the book in the sense that, like, it's written so well. Like, it's written so well, so accurately. But, like, it's a me problem. Like, I can't read it. I can see why people love it, but I can't read it. If that makes sense. Because, like, Juno Dawson is an excellent writer, and she's written it so well, and so accurately, that my experience is so similar to what she's written that I can't read it. Yeah. I think I might just pick up Flawless and just, yeah. I'm gonna go because I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. So we're going into bookshops just now, but I just looked over and there's a theatre. It's got a Hamilton sign. We're at the theatre. I really need to, like, see when I actually wash my own hair, it'll be fine. Yeah, we're getting, we're in the Q-Skip merch. We've abandoned Bobby and Vicky and Pia over at the seats. I'm just gonna, honestly, you guys must be sick of me playing with my hair right now. It's been raining and it's just non-stop.
Thank you.
Hamilton fun. Yeah, I will try and get them. They're over there somewhere. I'll try and get them later. Can you tell Tori's excited? I think I'm gonna get them. Wait.
Awesome. Wow.
No. Hey! See? Oh, I'm with a grey hoodie. Zip up hoodie thing. And some pins that are in my coat somewhere. Pia has my coat. We found them. We got them. I'm sorry, again. But yeah, I think we're gonna go in. We're gonna go in?
Yeah.
We're gonna go in. Vicky's getting the hoodie. Vicky's gonna go get the hoodie and then we're gonna go in and sit down. The stage is so pretty. So we've got some captions over there. We've got some captions over there. Still don't know how they're gonna do Guns and Chips, but okay. This is for Tori. Hello, it is Friday. We had such a good time last night at Hamilton. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but right now I need to address my hair, which is again this close to getting shaved off. This fringe is so fucking annoying. So I dried it with a round brush and like turned it and like pulled it to the side as I was drying it. So it's like I'm gonna dry. What even is this bit? Like, this is not even meant to be here. It's like, yes, I'm going to dry straight and right in the middle of your fucking head, just to be annoying. I should have just left the fringe when she was like, "Do you want to trim it?" And I was like, "Yeah." I should have just left it how it was because I liked it how it was, and now I hate it. And it looks stupid. So great. And also, I decided to dry it with a hairdryer because I've got a wedding tomorrow, and I thought if I dry it with a hairdryer, it's going to dry nice and smooth, and, you know, I won't have that fluffy mess that I normally deal with. But instead, all that happened was my hair got scaldingly hot. See what I mean? Look at this fucking idiot. All that happened was my hair got scaldingly hot, but not any drier. It's still not dry. My hair is like damp underneath here, and I can't get it any drier, but it just got so hot that I burnt myself, and I'm just so mad right now. Like, why? Why is my hair, why? Look at this mess. And I've got to film today with Tori looking like this. I mean, I think I look okay in the, other than my fringe, my hair looks alright, but like, God, like, why? Also, while I'm on the pissy rant side of things, Waterstones have decided to do a special edition sprayed edge of Queen Bee, which, yeah, okay, fine, like, probably should have expected it, but I ordered my copy of Queen Bee on the triple points thing ages ago, and now I'm going to have to cancel that and reorder it again, which is so I'm now losing out on triple points because I have to reorder it on single points. Like, they should have an option where you can swap it. Like, I know it's not guaranteed that they're going to do special editions and things like that, but like, it just really annoys me when they do this. It really annoys me when they do this. That's just great. Fantastic. Sorry. Anyway, Hamilton last night, I got this jumper at Hamilton. It's one of the merch jumpers. I think you saw it literally going to rip the hair out of my skull. Like, myself. Anyway, yeah, it was so good. Like, I spent the whole walk back to the car just, like, talking at Bobby about how amazing it was. Like, the guy playing George Washington, flawless, no notes, incredible. Amazing. Like, he was absolutely flawless. Like, absolutely flawless. Just... Again, the ensemble, flawless. They were disgustingly talented. Like, how dare they be that talented? And again, the guy playing Lafayette and Jefferson, he was loving the attention he was getting from the audience. Like, he was absolutely having it up. It was so funny. Like, there was all these little touches that they were adding that were just, like, nobody, at any point, was anybody just, like, not doing anything. They were always, like, it was so, so good. Incredible. I absolutely loved it. I'm so excited to see it again. So excited to see it again. I mean, there was a couple of hair bits. There was one, like, I know, like, I don't think I could get up and do that. Like, maybe years ago when I was still doing, like when I was still doing stuff with, like, when I was still doing music-y stuff, I could have, maybe attempted to do some sort of musical theatre stuff. I did do musical theatre stuff when I was younger, but, like, not now. Although someone I knew from school, we were never friends, but, like, we were in some classes together. He now runs a musical theatre thing. What's the word? It's the one that's not professional. An amateur musical theatre company, and he keeps, like, messaging me. He's like, "We're like, do you want to come down? Do you want to join?" And I really should go down. I feel like I need to. I should go down, because I've not done anything in so long. I've lost my, like, I feel like I've lost my voice. Like, I can still hear the music. Like, I can still hear the music and sound and stuff properly, but I can't pitch it properly. I feel like I've not sung properly in so long that I feel like I can't do it properly anymore. But, like, I can still hear it. And so when I hear it wrong, it bugs me. And one of the cast last night, it was bad. It was unfortunate, and it was bad. And I hope that it was just, like, a fluke. But, well, no, this is the thing though, right? So there was something wrong with the sound last night. There was something off with the whole sound set. Like, during Burn, there was something wrong with her mic, so she was absolutely blowing the speakers when she was she was blowing the speakers when she was belting, and then when it was, like, the soft, "I hope that you," like, it's supposed to be, like, you're supposed to be able to hear her, but, like, she was like, "I hope that you," and I was like, "I hope that you what now? I can't hear you." Like, she was belting, like, beforehand and absolutely blowing out the speakers like it was unpleasant. Like, you know when something's too loud coming out the speakers, like, actually blowing out the speakers, because the sound wasn't right. Like, it was on red, like, it was not right. And then when she did the Burn, you couldn't actually hear it. She might as well have not had a mic on with how quiet it was. And then at one point, twice actually, that was noticeable, the mics were turned off when someone was singing. That was supposed to be, like, you should have heard them. One of the guys actually was so perfect. This was the George Washington that I was talking about. that was flawless. He was so powerful that I could hear him from the stage when his mic got turned off. His mic was turned off and I could hear him singing. I mean, we were in the stalls, we were no F in the stalls, but I could hear him from the stage while he was singing and his mic was turned off. Like, I couldn't hear him through the speakers, but I could hear him on stage because I was watching him. Like, I was actually, like, eyes on him, like, watching him. So I could hear him, and I know the songs well enough that I know that I should have been able to hear him in the song. Like, I knew that I should have been able to hear him through the speakers, and I couldn't hear him through the speakers, so something was on. Like, there was bits throughout the entire thing where I was like, I am not hearing parts of these songs that I should be able to hear, and it's not that the cast are not doing them, because I can see them, and in some cases hear them from the stage, doing these bits, like singing, I can see it, I can see their mouths moving, I can hear the sound coming from the stage, but I cannot hear the sound coming from the speakers, because someone has turned their mics off, and that is a problem with the sound tech, whoever's doing the sound, or a problem with the sound, like, set. Like, there's a problem somewhere with the sound. We need to get this sorted, because, like, it was probably not noticeable. Like, if you didn't know the show, you wouldn't have noticed some of it. If you didn't know shows in general, you may not have noticed some of it. Like, you may not have noticed, like, why is his mouth moving if you can't hear him? Like, because, like, for example, one of them was Hercules Mulligan. He's got a very distinctive voice. And you notice when his mic's turned off, because he, like I said, he's got a very distinctive voice. So you know when his mic's off, because he is, like I said, distinctive. So you may not notice when someone else's mic's off, but you notice when his mic's off. And that was, like, one of the things you noticed is, like, you heard, I heard him from the stage, but I didn't hear him through the speakers. And if you, like, that is a fairly easy one to clock. But, like, when, like, let's say when George Washington's mic got turned off, you may not have noticed that if you didn't know the show, because everybody else was singing as well, so you may not have noticed that, but there's meant to be an overlay. So, like, there are several different parts being sung at the same time. And he's singing, History Has Its Eyes on You, and it's meant to overlay on the top of all these other different parts that are singing, but his mic got turned off, and all you heard was history, mic went off. But I heard, like I say, I heard him from the stage. Like, so he was singing, his mouth was moving, but his mic was off, and and at one point, I could hear, and again, this is a big no-no in professional, and in stage management and, like, general, but, like, especially in a professional production, I could hear one of the ensemble talking. They're meant to be talking, because it's meant to be, like, one of those bits where they're, like, in the pub and they're chatting and stuff like that. Their mic was on. So, like, it's, one of the bits where, like, the four are, like, taking the piss out of bar, and one of the ensemble is, like, in the background, just as, like, a background person, chatting to, like, another person, and I could hear them talking through the mics. I could hear their mic was on. It was at a low level, but their mic was on, meaning that it was overlaying on top of what was actually happening. That is a big no-no. You're supposed to make sure those mics are off so they can't be picked up, because they didn't have, like, I remember when we did, what was it we were doing? I can't remember what production we were doing, but we had overhead mics rather than, like, mics that were attached to us. And so, like, the teacher that was doing, like, the stage direction was like, these mics will pick you up no matter where you are on stage. She was like, make it look like you're talking, don't say anything, because it will pick you up. Make sure you're not actually talking. Like, don't talk. So, like, if those ensemble cast were talking, because, like, yeah, you're supposed to be able to hear, like, the mumble in the background, like a very, very, very low mumble, but if you can hear words they are actually saying, the mic is on, like through the speakers, it means their mic is on, and that shouldn't be happening. That is a sound design issue, that is a sound tech issue. The sound tech should have been on that and had that mic switched off. And had that been like, if it hadn't been caught too, like, and you heard like a couple of words and they flicked it off, fine. But no, through the whole scene, their mic was on. Get that mic switched off. Get that mic right down. What? Things like that annoy me. Like, this is a professional production. This is a tour production. This is one that you've been doing for a while, right? These are things that you know. These are things that should be in place. Like, these are very simple, basic things. Like, you make sure you know when you're having your mics on. The captions were a new thing for me. I've never seen a show that's captioned. And there were points in which the captions were not keeping up with the production. Just realised I've lost my remote. Whoops, I've knocked my lips over. I've lost my remote. Right. I'll find it in a minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there was points in which the production was not keeping up with it. The captions were not keeping up with the thing. And also points where the captions were wrong, and that irked me. Like, in, for example, at the start, the characters, so you know how halfway through Hamilton they switch characters, or some people switch characters, so the actor playing Lafayette then becomes Thomas Jefferson, Lawrence becomes Philip Hamilton, etc. They switch over to different characters, but for some reason in the captions at the start, they were as their second part, their second part ones in the captions. So throughout the first song, Alexander Hamilton, they were captioned as their second part characters. So in the "we fought with him," "me, I died for him," "me, I trusted him," "me, I loved him," and "me, I'm the damn fool that shot him," it was saying, like, Thomas Jefferson did not friggin' fight with Hamilton. That was the Marquis de Lafayette. Like, that was incorrect. It was also points where in Guns and Ships, I mean, there was no way I was going to be able to keep up with Guns and Ships. There was also points during Guns and Ships where the words were wrong. Especially when there are points where Lafayette uses French words and I'm fairly sure, like, I'm now doubting myself, but I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure that, I'm going to have to go Google this now, I'm pretty sure what he says is, "Sorry knows what to do in the trench, ingenuitive and fluent in French, ami meaning friend in French, and it had I mean, and it always said, like, I mean, and I'm pretty sure he's saying ami, like friend, like, come on, friend, like, I'm pretty sure that's what he's saying. I might be wrong, but I'm fairly sure it's a me. I've always read it as a me, heard it as a me, because it doesn't make sense as I mean, you know. I might be wrong in that, but I've always heard it as a me, like a friend. But yeah, there was other parts in the captions where I know well enough to know that the captions were wrong and the actors were right. So they're just bits like that, like things that I'm being a picky bitch about. Don't get me wrong, I am being a picky bitch. Like, this is a production that is so well known and has been done for so long now that these are things that should be. And again, like, you have bad nights, like, it happens. You get bad nights, like the sound techs, maybe, I don't know if that was their first night in Edinburgh. That might have been their first night, although I don't think, well, it was Thursday. That might have been their first night in Edinburgh. Like, you think those things get sorted out in sound check, but if they'd just gone in that night, and they've not had a matinee, for example, like, it might just be that something went wrong with sound tech. I don't know. Like, I'm going again next month. It might be that it all gets ironed out. I will see. You'll find out when I go next month. But, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, how picky is me being too picky? You know, like, I'm really picky about things like this. Like, when I go and see Wicked, I know there are like 2 or 3 different endings that people will choose to do for the end of Defying Gravity. For me, there is one acceptable ending. That's it. If you don't do that, I don't like it. I instantly don't like it. And that is me being a picky bitch. And I know that. Like, I want you to do the like, that is what I want you to do, but the correct notes, obviously, and the like belt. Like, that is what I want you to do. I don't want the like the or like or where they change the note. I don't want alternate versions. I want the original done how it's written. That is what I want. I want you to do it how it sounds on the track that I listen to. I want it done like that. There are other, like, wait, for example, like, during Hamilton, Wait For It is my favourite song. Is my favourite song in Hamilton. And he changed the way he said some of the lines. Like, the way the words fit into the beat. He changed the way he did it. And I was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. But he didn't do it for the important bits, like my favourite bit. He did, however, he did not say inimitable. I think he said inimitable. I think he just tripped over the word. And do you know what? Fair. It's a difficult word to say. Like, is my favourite bit of the song, though. It says, I am the one thing in life I can't control. I am inimitable. I am an original. But it's so difficult to say, and especially to sing. But the ensemble for that, though. Oh my god. I had goosebumps. It was pure bliss. It was like... It was bliss. Just listening to the ensemble sing Wait For It was just like... It was like a chorus of angels. I loved it so much. They had those harmonies down to within an inch of their life. Like, those things were like spot on. There was not a wobble, not a thing out of like even remotely out of place. One thing that did bother me, and again, this is me being a picky bitch, is that they had the parts of it was recorded and parts of it were live, and I didn't like it. Because, like, for example, again, Wait For It was one where they did it. It was like, Theodosia writes me a letter every day. And it was very obvious that the echo was recorded because the echo was significantly louder than the voice of the actor when he was singing. So it hadn't been synced up properly. And again, Satisfied was echoed. It was not echoed, was recorded. And after the toast to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, but from his sister, when she goes to the rewind, that bit, all of that bit is recorded. Up until, I remember that night, I just might regret that night for the rest of my days, the whole thing is recorded. And she just stands there like a fucking mannequin. I hated it. The ensemble are all like moving around her and doing an incredible job. The scene, like the ensemble and the rest of the cast, amazing. The director's choice for her to stand there like a lump. No, thank you. I didn't like it. I did not like the director's choice for that, to just have her stand there and stare blankly at you. To everybody. No. I did like, it was a lot more interactive than I thought. The king did like interact with the audience. Although the king I did have a problem with. If you're going to speak in RP, speak in RP for every word you say. Do not use it for some words, and then not for other words. Like, the word and got just Like, he lost the RP, and was one of the words that I noticed because it went and. Not and. It just suddenly went and I was like, no. You need to, the whole point is you need to overdo it. Like, he was switching in and out of RP in his own accent, or RP and like lazily popping out of it, and it just lost it for me. The rest of it, great, but just, you need to do the RP the whole way through. You need to ham up the RP. Also, whoever the lighting tech was, kudos to you. You did a fantastic... The lighting tech, the lighting design, the set design, French kiss, chef's kiss, French kiss, everything. Just whatever you want, French kiss. That was really weird. I knew what I meant. Perfect. Absolute perfection. Like, he stomps his little foot and it goes and changes colour. It was spot on. Like, there was not even a millisecond of waiting time. It was just boom. Like, he'd hit the switch himself. Perfect. And then, like, when Thomas Jefferson comes in, this is what I mean about the guy who played Thomas Jefferson. He's like, everybody starts cheering for him, and I don't know if he didn't expect it or not, but, like, everybody did that, like, thing of, like, they cheered, realised they were in a theatre, and were like, this is not a pantomime, everybody shut up, and he was like, come on, like, no, come on, cheer for me, come on. He was really having it up. He was like, no, give me attention, give me attention. Like, he was really loving it. He was like, oh yeah, give me attention. Like, to the audience. Like, and everybody was cheering. He was like, yeah. Like, he was loving it. He was loving life. And, like, he was dancing and, like, really interacting with the audience and stuff. Like, really, really having it up. That man was just absolutely, like, you know, those people that just absolutely thrive on attention. Like, if you started applauding him when he walked into a room, he'd just be like, yes. That is basically what happened when he came in as Thomas Jefferson. He was just like, stop playing the music. Just let them applaud me. Please. Like, yes. And again, with the guys, like, all the four revolutionary, was it revolutionary? Something revolutionist. I can't remember the name. I can't remember that word. It's always that same word. Like, when they're doing all their bits behind Bird's back and stuff, and they're like, so funny. And then one of the cast members had to get dragged off stage. I'm not even kidding. Like, at the end, when they were, like, doing bows and stuff, and they're all walking off stage, one of the ensemble stopped and started, like, twerking and stuff. Like, as they were all walking off stage, he just stopped, and, like, they were playing music, and he just stopped and started dancing, and, like, just started breaking it down to, like, twerking and stuff like that. And the guy that was playing Hamilton was like, let's go, come on, like, and there's a bunch of, like, the ensemble and stuff just standing laughing, and then the guy playing Hamilton's like, and he's, like, proper, like, down, like, getting down, like, absolutely proper, like, again, for the attention, like, absolutely loving the attention. And the guy playing Hamilton actually had to come over to the middle of the stage, grab the guy, and hauled him off the stage. It was so funny. Like, he proper got hauled off the stage. It was so funny. I loved it. I absolutely loved them. Like, it's just, it was so good. It was so good. I probably could talk more about it, but this is already, like, nearly a half an hour clip. And editing me is probably going to hate me, but also love me for reliving all of this. There was probably, again, so much more that I could talk about. I was freaking out so much. Like, we were talking about it with the Bullet. There's an ensemble cast member who is known as the Bullet, and they're billed, like, on the cast list as the Bullet. And if you're ever watching, you see, like, there's a bit where they interact as the Bullet. From that, once you know who the Bullet is, watch who they interact with, and then watch what happens to that person within the next few songs once they interact with the Bullet. They plan this out. They know exactly what they're doing. I swear, they know exactly what they're doing. It's so good. Like, and, like, again, the dancers, the ensemble cast, absolutely disgusting levels of talent. Like, one of them just, like, was doing, like, a split handstand, and I was like, excuse me, on a revolving stage. while it was moving, and I was like, rude. Like, rude. Just the level of talent the dancers had. Just so good. And like I said, the level of detail. I did also, like, the level of detail, and there's never a moment where the detail across the entire, like, you could watch this 100 times and there'd be something else to notice on the stage. Honestly, it's so detailed and so clever the way it's been staged. I did notice like burn as well, because obviously they're all in like kind of like a creamy beigey colour, all the ensemble, and during burn you see them sort of popping up along like the edge of the stage, and obviously in burn there's live fire on the stage, and I was like watching like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like you see them all just popping up in the set and like in the wings and stuff, and the minute those lights go down, whoo, they're on the stage. They are right across the stage, getting that fire off the stage, like making it safe. Like they do not mess about. They are on that stage and they are clearing that stage the minute those lights go down. And I think as well the reason they do that, like that is one of those moments where I know they have drilled that. They know exactly who's doing what, who's going to be where. She knows, like the whoever's played Elizabeth, Eliza Schuyler, knows to get off that stage the minute, like she doesn't even hesitate, she just got off that stage and they swooped in and like they knew exactly where they had to be. Nobody had a moment's hesitation. Like that was absolutely drilled into them, because that is probably one of the most dangerous parts of the show. There's obviously like, there's moving parts and stuff like that, so it's all really, really dangerous, but like you obviously don't want fire like just kicking off. Because she's got the lantern, so she goes off with the lantern, so she's in charge of that bit of fire, and there'll be somebody dedicated backstage waiting for her with that fire, and then there'll be somebody who's in charge of like the bucket of fire, somebody who is in charge of getting the prop off. Like they just, the way that they just choreographed that down to a T to make sure that it's as safe as possible, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They were so like, and everybody was so serious, like you could just tell that was like a moment where everybody knew exactly what they were doing, and it was so like, it was so cool to see. Like I know that's not like normally what you think about when you're doing, but like when you worked a lot, like doing backstage stuff like that, you notice these things. So like, kudos to the ensemble again. And one thing I noticed, and I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but during Burn, it was only female ensemble on the stage, which I think was pretty cool. Oh, also, I'm sorry, like, again, talking about disgusting talent, Peggy Martha, who gave you the right to have a voice like that? Her voice is Martha. Oh my god, her voice was like the personification of velvet, like actual velvet. I could have just I was like, please, can we have like Martha have a solo just so I can listen to her voice, because it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. Like her voice was so gorgeous, like it was a standout for me, her voice. Absolutely perfect. Like, it's a shame because I feel like she doesn't get, like, Martha's voice, in my opinion, is one of those ones where it has to be very, very specific, and it is a type of voice that I think is very, very, like, it's just specifically beautiful, but she only gets like a few lines, and yet it's one of the most just, again, it's like velvet. Like, I can't, her voice was honestly so gorgeous. I could just listen to her sing. Just, oh my god. Like, Again, right, I am actually going to go this time because I could keep talking about this for ages. It was so, so good. Also, I will, I promise I'll stop. That was the best version of Dear Theodosia I have ever heard. The guy playing Burr has the perfect voice for that. Absolutely perfect voice. While Wait For It was a bit more of a letdown, because I don't know, there was just a disconnect there for me. Dear Theodosia was right in his comfort zone. That song was like bang smack in the centre of his comfort zone. He could have done that in his sleep. And the way his voice and the guy playing Hamilton just matched, their blends, their harmonies, it was absolutely perfect. Just, like, obviously we know, like, Lin-Manuel Miranda is not a singer. So, like, the Dear Theodosia that you get on that one, I'm telling you, this one, I wish I could have felt like it was the most. I did not like the song Dear Theodosia until last night, and that was just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. It was absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. So well done. His voice was just stunning in that, like absolutely stunning. Whereas I think the guy who plays Burr in, I can't remember it, Leslie Odom Jr., I think it is, in the original cast, his voice for Wait For It is just unreal. Like, I've never found anybody who sang Wait For It better. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm actually going to go. Because I'm pretty sure the guys will nearly be here. And I've got to film with Tori soon, so. Speak to you later. Hello, this is the outfit for the wedding. I also have a petticoat on. Just to figure out where to put this. I think maybe this side? I don't know. Hello, it is Sunday. I am feeling rough. I'm not feeling rough because I was drinking last night. On the contrary, I was pushing back. I was throwing back water like it was shots, honestly. I was so thirsty last night. All I was drinking, like, when we got to the wedding, I had one drink. They had like a thing, like they had tokens for like free drinks. And I had a drink. I had a Disaronno and Coke, a single measure. And even then I asked him to like top up with Coke because he didn't put that much Coke in. I was like, no, could you put more Coke in? I had one drink at like 8 o'clock. And then I just didn't feel like having alcohol. So I drank juice. I just had an appetizer. And then I didn't even want juice. I was just drinking water. Like, I was just so thirsty. So I was just drinking like glasses and glasses of water. And then coffee. I was just drinking so much coffee. I was just craving coffee for some reason. I think I was just really thirsty. Because I normally drink like my bottles of water. I've got you balanced on my laptop right now. I've got my laptop out for editing a video took up on Friday. I don't know if I'll edit or not. I feel like crap. Yeah, we spent most of the night just sitting at a table chatting. I deeply regret wearing the shoes I was wearing. I was wearing heels, but they weren't even like big heels or anything. They were just little. But for some reason, anytime I stood up, my feet just hurt. I think I'm used to like more cushioned shoes, and these were not. Like this part of my foot, like, you know how your hands and feet are basically like different versions of the same thing. So like this part of my foot, like the ball of my foot, really, really hurts right now. So yeah, my feet really, really hurt. And my thighs really, really hurt. And my thighs actually really, really hurt because the seats that we were on, we kept, like, me and Tori both kept sliding kind of off the seats. So I had to, like, tense our thighs to stay on the seats. So both of our thighs are really hurting this morning. So yeah, just in pain from mundane things, you know. It's great. We had a really good time. It was really good. I danced to 5 whole songs. I did the slosh. I got up and did the slosh to Beautiful Sunday. I did not do it to Amarillo. I did go in for Amarillo, but I did not want to do it to Amarillo. I did it to Beautiful Sunday. That was followed up by Proud Mary. Had to do Proud Mary. That's probably why my neck hurts. That is probably why my neck hurts. I did the Macarena. You have to do the Macarena. And then we were up for the last 2 songs, to about 500 miles in Loch Lomond. You have to. And dancing is a loose term. We're standing around in a circle while the bride and groom were in the middle for those last 2 songs. So those were the 5 dances I was up for. And I did not jump for the Macarena. I just turned around like I was not jumping. That was not happening. So yeah, pretty sedate night. Got home at like 2 or 3 in the morning because we had to drive an hour. It was an hour on the sat nav, but it took longer because the weather was absolutely horrendous. It was absolutely pelting it down, and I mean like proper pelting it down on the way there. And then it was not too bad. It was still wet, but not raining too heavy on the way back. And then it gradually started raining more as we got further east. And Kay was driving back. On the way, I just knew in my head that I wasn't going to want to be in my dress on the way back, so I put like this and my joggers and basically the outfit I'm wearing right now, like my jammy top, my joggers, a pair of socks, and my baffies, or slippers for anybody who's not from Fife, into a bag and put them in the car. And when I got back to the car, I changed my outfit in the car, and got into joggers and a jammy top and this hoodie and baffies, slippers, so that I wasn't driving back in a dress and petticoats. So yeah, I actually did do reading yesterday, but yeah, the wedding was so good. They had a pick and mix stall. And the wedding that the pick and mix stall was supposed to go to before the wedding we were at yesterday cancelled. Would love to know what happened there. So they were like, would you like that wedding's one as well, just free charge? And they were like, yeah, sure. So there was so much pick and mix stuff. So we've got like bags of it. Because the groom was Vicky's brother. And he was like, please, like, do not leave us with all this stuff. So we took, like, a few bags of stuff. So they didn't just have, like, that's the worst thing, like, when you have an event, like, being stuck with all the stuff at the end, like, we are not going to use all this. So, yeah, at the end of the night, we made sure we took stuff away that were, like, it's all, like, packets of, like, I say pick and mix, it's not, like, pick and mix, it's, like, Love Hearts and Malwam and, like, packets like of sweets and stuff, so it's all packaged. It's in like it's wrapped. It's all wrapped. So that'll do us for a while. Not that Love Hearts last for long because I love Hearts. I would just say it's the wee packets like that. I think I've got a packet here to show you. Like these. So I will go through these. Like I'll just sit and eat these. I ate so many at the wedding last night that I ended up having to go get something to drink because I felt sick. It's like a drink of water because I felt sick. Yeah, but I had a really nice night last night. I think he had a really good night as well. But damn, I'm so glad we didn't have a wedding. Sorry, that's Becca. I will just a second. Every time I go to a wedding now, I'm so glad we didn't have a proper wedding because I would not have been the stamina the bride and groom had. We were unconscious on our wedding day by 8 o'clock and we only got married in the garden. I would not have survived a whole day wedding. Having to interact with all those people, having to be up like early in the morning to get your hair and makeup and everything done. Like kudos to the bride and groom for being able to get through that whole day. I would not have been able to do that. Doing your first dance with everybody staring at you. And then having to do like a dance with your parents with everybody staring at you, like all the stuff they had to do, like if that's what they want, like absolutely, if that's what you want, go for it. But for me, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Like, and now, like, seeing other people doing it from the lens of like thinking of me doing it, I know that I couldn't do that. So yeah, I'm so glad that like we didn't have a big wedding, because I wouldn't have survived that at all. I would not have survived that at all. Reading wise, I've just muted Sprints behind you, because you're on my laptop. Reading wise, I did manage to read some of Iron Widow yesterday. Jem did Sprints all day yesterday. Like, we hopped on at the end of the wedding last night, and they were still going. I managed to read 90 pages of Iron Widow last night. This is my second-hand hardback copy of the book. So I got to part 2, Way of the Bird. So I am this far through 100 pages, well, not 100 pages, 90 pages. I will be picking that back up later, because today is just going to be a nice chill day. I do regret not taking my look. I did think about it, and I didn't, and the music was really, really loud and really, really thumpy, and then he was playing some, like, late 90s, early 2000s trance. Like, we were just like, this is a part of our childhood we did not need to be taken back to, thanks. And Tori and Vicky put their loops in, and they were like, oh wow, that's actually helped. It just takes the edge off. And like, they were able to hear me talking next to them better with the music on, with their loops on. So I regret not taking my loops. So I'll know better next time. But yeah, so yeah, today the plan is I've done my what's it called now? Tomes and Treasures character building. I still need to do my skill test, but that I need to do a 20 book like thing and then roll a d20. I don't have the d20 to roll, so I'm gonna have to do like a virtual d20. But I've done like my character building stuff and the prompts for that. I don't have any books for that yet, because it's only partway through the month, so it's only the 17th today, so I need to wait till later on to actually build my TBR. But I've got my character prompts ready, so I just need to build my TBR now. And yeah, so that is done at least, and so I can not think about that. That is done. I still need to edit the video me and Tori filmed the other day. I need to shower for work tomorrow and try and just not like today, because damn, I feel like absolute hell. I really don't feel well at all, as you can probably imagine. I do not feel good at all. I think it's no, I'm still only I took painkillers this morning. Was it like 11? Oh, it could have been 10, it could have been 11, I don't remember. I'll have to look back, because I was like lying there, I was like, oh, I'm so sore, blah, blah, and I was like, wait a minute, I can take painkillers, that'll help. So I did that. I actually put Voltarol on the bottom of my feet, and then rubbed the bottom of my feet together like hands. Why you need to do this, I don't know. Anyway, I'll pop back later and update you, because this is getting off the rails, and I'm missing Sprints, so I'll speak to you later. Once again, did not get the vlog finished on Sunday because I fell asleep on my chair because I was so tired. I didn't mean to. I actually fell asleep when me and Kay were watching a ghost hunting video, like while the paranormal stuff was happening. I just fell asleep. Like, yeah, my hair is like this today because I fell asleep and didn't end up going in the shower. And I'm still really, really tired. I'm suffering for the weekend I've had. I have literally ended up allergic to pain. My body, being what it is with the EDS, has dumped a load of like inflammatory chemicals in because of like the pain reaction that it has, and the inflammation reaction that it has to having a flare up, which has in turn decided that its reaction to that is going to be to dump a load of histamine into my system. And I've literally, like, I'm so itchy. My entire skin, like my skin is itchy. And I've been scratching. I don't know if you can see like how red I am. I don't think you can, because I've been trying not to scratch. because I've got nails, like, so I've been scratching my legs. I'm so itchy because my body's dumped a load of histamine in my system as well. So I'm literally allergic to the flare-up, to the pain. I don't know if this is MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome. I don't know. I've never been like officially diagnosed with it, but I know that MCAS can come along with EDS, and this has happened before where like it happens a lot with so that's what happened with the KT tape. Like I wasn't allergic to it, and then bang, suddenly I was allergic to it. It happens with random things as well, like I'll be fine with it and then suddenly I'm allergic to it. I don't know if that is what MCAS is. I've not looked into it that much. Or if it's something else, I don't know, but I'm currently having an allergic reaction to myself, to my pain, literally to the inflammation in my body from the flare up. So that's fun. So I've taken an antihistamine and some ibuprofen, which I'm not really meant to take, but I need to get the inflammation down. And ibuprofen is an anti-inflammatory. So I've taken that. I'm so itchy and I can't go over how itchy I am right now. I've had food, so the ibuprofen shouldn't bother my stomach too much. Hopefully that'll help. But yeah, I've got to go to work, so I'm just here to end this vlog because I fell asleep last night. So if you want to let me know you're here but you don't want to sit and type a thing, or you've not got enough spoons for that, just leave the little like sleeping emoji, because that was me last night. I literally I just got myself comfy, and next thing I know I heard this noise and woke up because it was the sound of like the door moving in the thing we were watching, because it was this big heavy metal door that they were like nowhere near. I had all the cameras on and they just moved. And like one of the guys went over and he's a decent, like quite a big guy, and it took like his whole weight to move this door and this thing was just moving. So like, yeah. Anyway, I've got to go to work. So I will see you in next week's vlog. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you later.